I got a big ass bottle of tequila in me.
Do you like tequila?
I like tequila and I like vodka. I'm not a whiskey chick.
Well, this first podcast might be the most sober podcast we ever have then, because if we're doing shots at any time, I think that would be pretty fun.
And we're old, so it's day drinking.
It's super quarantine like, let's take shots together over video chat.
Zoom, yeah.
Over Zoom
specifically, everybody does it.
We learned that from quarantine for sure.
Yeah. I actually attended a Zoom birthday party via Zoom.
So did I actually. It
was actually really fun though.
It was, yeah. My niece and nephew both had birthday parties. One of them was May 1st. The other was May 3rd. So literally like everybody, it was like 9 or 10 people. We all got together and sang happy birthday, super unsynchronized. And, everybody like doing a different happy birthday. One person saying, and many more. And the other,
Yeah. I learned that day that Bevmo delivers.
Bevmo?
Yeah, I did not know that.
That's a real stance of an alcoholic right there. You're getting some liquor delivered to your front door.
No, she did. She got a big ass bottle of tequila delivered. One of the chicks that was on the phone call with us, and she was out in Stockton, so nobody could bring her anything. And so she ordered some, and she got a big ass bottle delivered to her house. We all got pretty drunk.
The other day, I was having palomas. Have you ever had a paloma?
I've had a paloma.
It's the best drink of all time.
I don't agree, but it's really good.
It's so refreshing, and it'll sneak up on you because you can do double shots, and it's refreshing. Next thing you know, you're fucking tilted on your back and ready to go and riot and protest.
I don't know about you, but when I drink hard liquor, I get to this point where I'm like buzzed, like on a good buzz, and it like plateaus. And then the next day, I'm body drunk. Like, ooh. I stand up and I'm like, yo, I can't like walk right now. It's really weird. But with beer, like, give me 2 stouts, I'm fucked up. I'm done.
Well, stouts are strong beers.
I prefer them too. I like IPAs, but I really love stouts.
That's how you're in San Diego. You're talking about stouts.
Well, and the Pacific Northwest.
Every guy in San Diego who's taking you on a date is taking you to a brewery at some point, for sure.
True, but that mostly came from when I was living in the Pacific Northwest. That's where I got all my beer knowledge. Became a beer and coffee brat, actually.
Where in the Pacific Northwest?
Eugene, Oregon.
Eugene, Oregon? I didn't even know anybody really lived in Eugene, Oregon.
It's a whole other world. Yeah, nobody does, and nobody should, really.
I feel like that's where all the emo kids are from.
No, that's where, how do I say this? It's just where you go to college, you know what I mean? And then that's it. You got to get the fuck out of there.
So is there a lot of college fuckboys in that city?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, it's a fuckboy's paradise, really. If you, and if you're a man of color, and if you're not a white guy, you basically have a buffet of women who don't care. They like lose all morals and ethics.
In Eugene?
They don't care if you're their best friend's man. They will fuck you. Like, it's just the way it is. It's there are a lot of Jersey chasers because of Oregon football, there's a lot of chicks out there who, like, if you're a man of color and you look athletic whatsoever, they're like, ooh, he probably plays for Oregon on something. And they're just like dropping the panties. You know what I mean?
Damn.
That's a bold statement, but it's true.
Damn. So can you relate by experience or?
No, I've seen it though.
You did what?
So it's not me. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. But
it must be a great life for a Eugene, Oregon athlete. Go
oh
Ducks,
yeah,
right?
yeah, Ducks. Yep,
But
basically.
I think that's every girl in college. They just lose all morals and just go.
It's not just college chicks. I mean, I don't want to say the majority of them. That's I don't like to do that, but a lot of them. And I guess if there's any time to do it, it's while you're young and not attached to anything. So
I think some people go to college primarily just to fuck. Like fuck the degree, fuck my major. I just want to go and fuck in
well,
college.
fuck yeah, fuck your degree, fuck your major, fuck an athlete.
And that's why I didn't go to college because I was already fucking.
You're
Fuck college.
stupid.
I was already going ham.
Well, I was like 10 years older than everybody in my class, so
You
I
went to
did my
college?
fucking before I went to college.
So at what age did you go to college? Or do you not want me to age you right now?
Well, you can age me. I'm proud of my age.
Everybody should.
35 and thrive.
Oh, I was gonna say 25. I was gonna give her 10 years for
No,
everybody.
I hate when people do that. Don't tell me I look 10
I'm
years younger than I do. I do not.
I'm only 28, so I mean, I could talk all the crap I want. What?
Mm-hmm.
You don't
He's
think I'm really
28.
28? Ah, damn.
Okay. So
So how old were you in college when you first started going?
when I first started going, I was 22, but my daughter was also 2 months old. And so I like went on and off till about, how old was I in 2014?
Well, if you're 35 right now, 6 years ago, you'd probably be about 28, 29.
29, 20, yeah, something like that. And then
Mhm.
that's when I started going full time. And I got a full ride scholarship
Damn, doing what?
to any school in Oregon.
Damn.
And then I chose to go to the University of Oregon because I was living in Eugene.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the program that I wanted to do, which was Family and Human Services. Excuse me. And yeah,
If you were to
graduated 2 years ago. So
if you were to do family and human services for a degree, like what kind of like job would you hope to get
it's
at?
essentially like social work. So you work with nonprofit sectors, education, like Department of Human Services and things like that.
That's pretty dope, though, that you didn't let, life and everything going on stop you from.
It was so hard. It was so hard. It took me, 10, 11 years to get a bachelor's degree. When I moved to Oregon, I had to start all over, though, because only 16 of my credits transferred from California.
I feel you. Well, let's get into some topics right now. Shall we?
Where do we begin?
Well, today I got a haircut,
You
right?
want to begin?
Can you tell I got a haircut?
He got the lineup.
I had to shave the porn stash. I'm on my my shadow beard time right now. Next week I'm gonna be on my full beard time. So
a full beard in a week.
Full beard in a week. Well, I got the shadow beard right now, so next week it'll be nice, full, voluptuous for all the ladies out there. Oh wait, I'm married. I can't say things like that, but I'm gonna say
lady out there.
So I'm gonna say it anyways, just because it's fun. But yeah, so anyways, I got a haircut, and my wife, she told me that I need to do a haircut somewhere else, somewhere below the belt line. And I feel like it'd probably be a good idea if I listen to her. I don't think it's necessary. I like having a bush personally. You can call me Daddy Goods Bush. You can call me Daddy Bush actually, because I like to have a bush down there. It just, it's fluffy. I think about getting cornrows all the time.
Cornrows.
On my pube.
You're not down. You're not down.
I'm super down for the cornrows on the pube. What? Don't fucking.
That's a bold statement. We're gonna need some proof.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
Well, we'll have to phone a friend, aka your wife, and see if you're actually about it.
Yeah, so she requested that I trim up down below, and so I said, you know what? I got you. And so yesterday, all she kept on saying was, make sure you trim below. What time is your haircut appointment? And I'm thinking like she kept on referring to me trimming below. What time is your haircut appointment? And I stopped out of nowhere and I'm like, my barber isn't going to cut my pubes, right? She's like, no, I mean like, because I know that after you get a haircut that you're going to trim down below too. I'm like, okay, whatever. So anyways, I did a good ball shaving earlier today, but in my opinion, I don't think that it's really necessary. But from your perspective, what do you think
It's
for
necessary.
for your
Just
partner?
like you guys don't want to go down on us and floss, we don't want to go down on you and floss. You know what I'm saying?
But like the penis is like, above the bush.
Your pubes are mad long, dog. They're mad long. Okay, they get in the way. It's not fun. It's not cute. Who likes to stop and just go? Who likes to do that? Nobody likes to do that.
But see, like with women, like when you go down and you have to be like all in it, and then it's way worse. I mean, I agree. That's probably like the one thing about eating pussy that I just cannot stand is when I'm down there and if I get something in my mouth, I am absolutely finished. I'm wrecked. Don't even count on me doing this for the rest of this sexual experience. I'm not eating no more pussy for the day. I've clocked out.
What?
I'm out of here.
Oh my God. That is insane. That is insane to me. If you're not willing to get all up in there and get gross, like you don't deserve to have it anywhere near your face anyways. That's just how I feel. Get nasty. Get weird. Build intimacy. It's fine.
So you're actually contradicting yourself. You're saying that you don't mind having the floss in your mouth.
I don't want your hair in my mouth. If there's like lint of something, whatever, just fucking keep going. Move on. Keep going. Don't let that ruin the experience for everybody.
So maybe we need to get you to say that to Erica or something like that.
And honestly, in a human sexuality class I took, we were told that, we were told and we read that pubic hair was specifically to trap scent. So back in like Neanderthal days, when they could, or like, like when we all looked the same, basically, the only way you could tell the difference between male and female was the scent, right? So I feel like people who have body hair down there, there's more of a scent than people who don't.
Like you get more musty and stuff.
You get more musty because it like traps it in there. It traps the bacteria.
Maybe that's why at some point in time, women started shaving their armpits because they started feeling like they were smelling too bad. I'm very thankful for whoever was the first woman to shave her armpits. I'm extremely thankful for that because
I'm team shave my armpits too.
That's one thing that I could never stand. I could never stand like any kind of smells. So if I were to have one scent, like not just with my wife, but I mean like just like any of my my past flings or whatever, like if I ever smelled one scent, and I'm not just talking about down there, I mean that's totally off limits, but if I smell anything like BO or anything of that nature, that was also a wrap for me.
That's so funny to me.
I don't why do some women do wear the or some of them are like they want to be like supernatural, so they grow out the armpit hair. That is
I mean, to each their own. Not everybody's turned off by it. I actually know a lot of people who grow their hair out, leg hair, armpit hair, wherever. And some people are into that shit. I've literally had men who, like, when you're in that little talking and you're like flirting and talking about sex and stuff, and like, I don't know why men always feel like they gotta ask about whether or not I shave. I think it's funny. I never ask guys if they do, so it's just weird.
A guy has asked you that before?
Oh yeah. And most of them are relieved when they find out that I do. But there's some who've been like, I don't like that. Do you think you could grow it out for me or something? Like, who actually like prefer it.
Well, you've met some bold guys.
I've met some bold guys, but I'm also a very like bold, direct person too. Like I I feel like almost no topics are off limits for me. Like I'm like, all right, let's have this conversation. You're not ready.
All right, so I got another topic I wanna ask about. Do you think that you should know?
Wait, do you expect your partner to be shaved? Because you didn't answer that question.
Yeah, I like a shaved cat for sure. I don't like the prickly one, the one that feels like a porcupine or a cactus. I'm not really into that personally. But I don't know, man. I've been on OnlyFans lately, and some of these girls, they got like this little strip thing. You know what I mean? Hey, don't
Oh,
judge
is
me.
the
Hey,
landing
don't.
strip back?
The landing strip is back. The landing
Oh
strip is all the
shit!
way back.
All
It
right.
it's kind of hot to me, so I'm gonna probably talk to wifey and figure out if she can kind of figure something out. And also, I like a little piercing right in the clit area. I don't
A
know if
piercing.
the piercing is like if it goes like exactly on the.
It goes on the clitoral hood.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk to her about getting a piercing there because I think the landing strip with a piercing is hot. And yes, everybody, I've been on OnlyFans. Don't judge me, and guys, don't act like you don't go on OnlyFans either. Don't even
Which
say
your married ass is. You know you
I'm
do.
I'm married as fuck. You want to know how I'm married? I be on OnlyFans. And she doesn't even know about that yet. But when she goes on that bank statement and she sees all those charges, like what the
Oh
fuck?
my
I'll be
god.
like, hey, look, hey, she had that exclusive content. I had to pay for that video.
So when we're recording, in the future,
Uh-huh.
and Daddy Goods here has a black eye or two, we know what
I'll
happened.
never get a black eye. I mean, you know what, man? If she ever swings on me, I got the type of defense Floyd Mayweather could only dream of. Now playing.
You're
She'll
stupid.
fuck me up. No, honestly, she'll fuck me up. I mean, I had to ask her for permission to do this podcast with a female host, but secure relationships are super important. So here
Sure.
we are.
Okay, back to your question.
Should you tell your sexual partner, or not just sexual partner, well, yeah, sexual partner, uh, your significant other, how many people you have been with before them, or should you say a lie?
I don't think it's appropriate to talk about it.
But
And
if
here's why. Because
tell me,
I don't think it matters.
mm-hmm.
Unless you have contracted some kind of disease that's like transferable.
So you feel like that question should never even arise unless.
I don't think it's important. I mean, if you're in a relationship where that's not going to like change the way you feel about somebody, like,
Mm-hmm.
all right. But oftentimes that's not the case, especially for women, because sometimes, like, I feel like our value is always attached to our sexuality, which
Mm-hmm.
is really unfair. And I don't think that's something that men have to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, God forbid we're not virgins, right?
Yeah.
Or that our body count isn't like 2 or 3 fucking people. Like,
Right.
when I know dudes who do that, like, in a week or a month, you know what I mean? And that's not like even something that they have to worry about or consider that like devalues them whatsoever.
I could dig it. So you feel like women should be more private about how many people they have been with,
I
and
think everybody should.
everybody should. Yeah, I hear you. That's a good way to, be a good person and not
I
out
don't
all your
personally
business.
ask. I don't ask. I never ask because it's to me, I don't care. Unless you have
Mm,
something that you know that I could get, which I have had somebody tell me when we were kind of like starting to see each other and stuff, and we
mm,
knew things were going to go that way. He was
right,
like, hey, just FYI, I have this.
right.
And
And
I'm kind of an asshole. I stopped.
I gotta say, guys, this is my message to you. Once she tells you whatever her answer is, whether she lied or told you the truth, do not fucking start prying or trying to act like she's lying, because that shit will be awkward as fuck. Right?
It's not appropriate. It's not okay.
It's not appropriate. So
Don't
I mean,
ask if you're not prepared to hear the answer and be like cool with it. You
facts.
know what I mean?
Facts. I don't mind being lied to when it comes to that, because I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's say this, like, just talk about a hypothetical scenario. Let's say I'm a single guy, right? And then I ask that question to a chick I'm trying to talk to or whatever, and she tells me 50 guys. Off top in my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm not even gonna think about what a good chick she is, what kind of good qualities she has, her tendencies, doesn't matter how great they are. I'm already in my head thinking, you know what, I'm gonna go to Pound Town and I'm gonna pack my bags and leave immediately.
That's
So
fucked up.
it is fucked up. So, it is what it is. So
What
I
if
don't
she
mind.
wants you to be 51 and done?
I mean, hey, that's cool. I'm already in my bags out of there. So it's not a big deal. But I feel like, for some reason, I think women is the opposite. Like, I think women are more attracted to guys that get a lot of play.
I prefer, like, see, that's the thing though. Like, for me, I prefer somebody who like knows what they're doing. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like,
Hmm.
a guy who doesn't have a lot of experience, I feel like isn't as willing, and like they're like shyer in bed. You know what I mean? Like, they're not like taking the initiative to like do these things, be adventurous, or be like really like intimate and vulnerable or whatever.
Hmm.
And that's where I think like experience gives you that confidence, literally in anything.
Right.
And I think that confidence in that particular area is extremely important.
Do you
And
think
I
that?
think that that's the case with women too. And I think
Mhm.
that men like a woman who's confident in bed and like does these things, but they don't want to talk about or think about how she got there. You know what I mean? We're not just like, when you have sex for the first time, you're just not like, yes, I know exactly what I'm doing, how I want it, how you need it, things like that. You know what I mean?
You want to know what I think would be a great idea for women? I think they
Mm.
should be more open about how often they watch porn, because if all right, here I'm back in the hypothetical scenario of me dating a new chick or whatever, right? Let's say she's giving me tremendo sloppy toppy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking
Sloppy
that
toppy.
I'm thinking that
Yeah.
she's done it a few times, more than a few times. I think that if porn wasn't such a taboo, like, I think it would be cool to know that she learned how to do that tremendo sloppy toppy, watching a little bit of Jenna Jameson instead of getting drunk off that Jameson and going down on Mr. Jameson.
Do you learn by just watching something, or do you learn by doing, though? Or maybe it's
Mm,
both.
that's a good question. Matter of fact,
Because feedback's important, that's important to your learning experience.
I'm gonna have to talk to my wife after this for sure, because come to think of it, the first time, I don't want to out her too much, but she wasn't that bad. Let's just put no.
You're stupid. I'm gonna kick his ass. If I could punch you through this, I would.
Why? You're
Because
on your team, Erica?
I'm Team America.
That's messed up.
That's not a sisters before misters.
You're supposed to be my podcast co-host. You're not supposed to be
We
teaming
are.
up
We
with.
we are podcast co-hosts, but she's a woman and I'm a woman, so
I could totally dig it. So let's talk about some relevant and recent stuff going on in the world right now. Mr. George Floyd, RIP.
rest in
Um,
peace.
I just want to say, anybody who says all lives matter instead of Black Lives Matter right now is a total piece of shit. And
Fuck the fuck off.
I just want to say that. I mean, anybody who acts like there is not white privilege in the world, you are the most blind person ever.
This is
Racial,
how they
there's racial,
do their
yeah.
life.
So I gotta say, I like that T-shirt you have on right now. Could you show everybody? Shout out to
He
Cap.
took a knee for us. Let's stand for him and everybody else.
And everybody was wondering why he was protesting before a football game, using his platform to bring the injustices of Black people to the mainstream. And everybody wanted to kick him and say, "Oh, he's disrespecting the flag. He should never be doing that." Those people are fucking idiots, because this shit has to keep on repeatedly happening and happening for them to realize that this is the real truth of the world. And so I think that people protesting right now is a beautiful thing. I don't necessarily agree with, burning down all kind of businesses and everything, but I do get it. And I know that they are, burning down those houses, and not houses, but all of those businesses, because they're angry. And it's not just Black people burning down businesses and things of that sort either. I know that. I know it's white people and other ethnicities as well. But at the end of the day, when that officer took a knee on George Floyd's head, he was never supposed to kill him. So they shouldn't be crying about all of these businesses getting burnt up. And that as well.
I mean, it's never convenient for people in power to be challenged, right? They like us to just keep everything the way that it is. They're quite comfortable. They don't want us to change. And that's like the same thing with people who say all lives matter. It's usually people who privilege from that. And they think that by giving people who are oppressed a little bit more, it's going to take away from them. And they're quite comfortable and they don't want things to change. And so
there's a lot of insecurities in the world. That's what you're saying.
And honestly, for me, like, sure, like, it sucks that like small businesses have been damaged, but I'm not really too upset about the big ones, because if you, like you said, like it's been published many times, like these corporations have actually gotten richer in this pandemic, where people have lost their jobs, their healthcare, their fucking food security and things like that. I'm not really mad about looting. Like, what do you think people who need shit are going to do? Yes, there's people taking advantage of it.
That's what I was saying. Like, I don't feel like I super clearly said what I really wanted to say, but some people are taking advantage of this for the wrong reasons and not doing the looting and any of the violent shit that they're doing for the cause.
It is specifically to like disrupt, like to deter what the actual message is. It's like it's on purpose. And
exactly, and that's
we know it
nasty.
is.
Like, if you're going out there looting up Best Buy, Target, or whatever, even those are big corporations, or any of the small businesses or whatever, like, that's, you're not doing it for a right cause. You're just flat out being a thief, and I don't rock with that personally.
And they're really trying to like fuck with the movement and like change the narrative, and that's the biggest problem for me, is the narrative. Like, when I saw that video of a news anchor, and it was a video of a white lady taking shit out of the store, they're like, oh, she's probably an employee or something, right? But if it was a Black person or brown person, they're looting, they're criminals, they're thugs, they're all these things. And that's the shit that really pisses me off. And just the way that white people talk about white people versus Black people or people of color in the media, the narrative is really dangerous, and it's on purpose, obviously, because they're catering to their viewers, and their viewers are racist fucks, and they like to hear that shit.
Fuck racism, Black Lives Matter, and that's what it is. And
it is what it is.
Does not like that, then you don't need to be listening.
And it doesn't matter how many fucking times we have to tell you, when you say Black Lives Matter, it's not Black Lives only matter, it's Black Lives Matter too. And until Black Lives matter to everyone, then all lives don't matter, so you can go fuck yourself.
Boom. Man, that was fucking good, Stella Bella.
What it is. It is what it is.
You're
People
very
suck, dude.
Yeah, no, people definitely do suck.
I've been so mad. I've just been like, I've been sending emails. I've been fucking petitioning. I watched these YouTube videos in their entirety. It's because if you watch it, the
algorithm will.
Yeah, it'll like pay something, some
cause.
For real? Yeah, and so, because I'm not like balling or anything, so I don't like have money to donate like that. But
I put the new 4G autos on the G. All right, go ahead.
And so I've been trying to do what I can. I've been arguing with mad people, especially about their All Lives Matter comments. I've been up people's asses. But I mean, this has been me for
as long
as I can remember.
Yeah. Post stuff about this, for for a while now, so I'm already
Yeah.
knowing.
This is who I am, and this shit is really important to me, and it's gotta fucking stop. Because, I mean, like I said, what I went to school for, that's like a whole systemic, like, I'm here, I'm trying to help fight and change the system, and that's what I've been doing for the last, like, 6 years of my life, so.
Well, I'm pretty sure that your voice matters, and if there's somebody who listens, they'll, it might make a difference. It will make a difference. Some people, they don't want to say nothing because, maybe they have like, oh, I only have like 100 followers on Instagram or anything, but hey, that's 100 more chances that the word can get out. And so I
Well,
like
that's what I say to people. They're like, nothing's going to change, this and that, this and that. I was like, even if it doesn't change everyone's mind, if I'm talking to 100 people and I get through to one or two, that's still one or two more people. Like, that's even
facts.
bigger. And then they talk to 100 people and maybe they get through to two people. Like,
Right.
it's how you make changes. It's got to go little by little, but like, you get there. Is if everyone puts in the work, we will all get there. It's going to take time, just like it took a lot of time to create this really fucked up system that is 100% on purpose and by design. You know what I mean? And they did it. They managed to do it. Took them hundreds of years, but they did it. And
the whole year of 2020 is like, it's like everything is like happening like in such a good time. Like, what I mean by that is like, it's almost like, how is this a coincidence that is happening at this certain time? That's what makes me think that there's a real system and a real agenda being pushed right now.
for sure.
That's a rabbit hole that I'm not really trying to dive down right now, but it's pretty crazy, man.
Sure the fuck is. I could go on and on.
I know you could.
And on and on.
I know you know much more about all of this stuff than I do.
I mean, maybe not. I don't know, but
I mean, like lately, I will say this: I've been kind of staying off of social media a little bit, just because I like to keep my energy where I have it at, and like I don't want to like have all of this crazy negativity going on in the world, bring my spirits down and everything like that. So I have been kind of staying off social media and trying to learn more and more about it, because I know whatever's going to happen in the world is going to happen no matter what at the end of the day. So I don't know. It's
well,
like,
I mean, people got to protect their energy, but at the same time, like, not everybody has that option to just turn shit off because they have things happening to them, and that's why, even though it has been hard for me, I've been continuing to do it. And I posted something about when Trump gave his address and he essentially like declared war on American people, right? And I posted something saying that if you agreed with his statement, to unfollow me and to remove me from your followers, because people like that, I don't even need them in my bubble. Like, I don't even want that kind of person.
Is he the definition of what you would call small dick energy?
Way small dick energy, like nobody's business, dude. That
he's got the pink.
And I have lost some followers since I posted that.
Oh, I bet. How many?
Good riddance. Another one. I mean, I don't know. I was probably like only like a handful, honestly. But
what is your Instagram, in case there's some fellas listening or watching this right now and they want to?
It's private, dog.
They might want to subscribe to your OnlyFans.
I should get an OnlyFans though.
What would you post? Would you post like feet pictures or what?
Yes, for sure.
What are guys in your DMs talking about the most? What are they asking for? Are there creeps in your DMs?
Oh yeah, for sure. I used to get a lot of dick pics actually, and then I used to unsolicited dick pics. I used to actually super hate them, and I'm starting to change my mind about them, because now I find them kind of like entertaining.
It's because you've been on that quarantine life. You're like, yeah.
No, actually, it's because of Whitney Cummings, her podcast, and I was listening to it, and she made me like change my perspective on them, because she would talk about how, because I don't know if you do this, but I do this just in general. When I see people's pictures, I always look at the background, right? Like what's in the background, like what's behind them, if their house is a mess, or like what they're doing, where they're at, right?
Yeah.
So, but with dick pics, it was always so like, like, you know, like that scene from Bridesmaids where she's like, it's just so aggressive. It's like, you know, like does that whole like thing. And so that's always what dick pics were to me, were like really aggressive, because they were always unsolicited, right? And so, but now she's like, I always look to see what's in the background, like when they're like doing it, because they'll be like, you know, like this and those. She's like, one of them had like a top, like a cup of noodle soup or something, like on their counter in their bathroom with their leg up, like showing their dick. And I was just like, that's true.
Time out. You're eating cup of noodles naked? Time out.
In your bathroom, you're eating a cup of noodles naked, sending a dick pic to Whitney Cummings.
That's hilarious.
Right? That's funny to me.
That's fucking hilarious.
And so I've kind of changed my whole perspective on it. And I almost like welcome them now.
Oh. So you do
Send
a
me
little
your
bit
dick
of
pics.
Oh my gosh. All right, everybody.
Estella Bella on Instagram.
She literally just gave you the invite to send her
fucking dick
pics. That is funny. You're gonna be getting a lot of one-eyed monsters.
Probably.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
But they're gonna like make sure their background
is don't do that. Just be yourself.
They're gonna be like they're gonna start a challenge. They're gonna put like the most random things in the back.
Well, that's what we should do, right? Like the most creative background for your dick pic. Like I'll give you, like we can text, we can go on a date or something. I don't know. We'll see. Damn. A virtual date. We can have a FaceTime
there
date.
She goes, guys. See, I'm the married one. Isn't this ironic? I'm the married one and she's the super single one. So fellas, holla at that. She said it at Estella Bella on Instagram. Send
me a creative dick
pic. Send her the creative D pic. You're about to have a chance. You got to shoot your shot. You never know. That's pretty dope. Well, I think that can conclude our first episode. What do you think? Should we keep going?
I don't know. What are we gonna call this
I don't know,
podcast? Man. Let's ponder it.
Let's ponder it. Like we should ponder it now, huh?
Should we ponder it on camera or off camera?
Because we actually don't have a name for this podcast. We know that the best way to get ideas flowing is to just go ahead and do it. There's a little bit of motivation for you all. You know, it feels good to be all of your friend. I'm your dear friend. And if you get advice from me or Estella and it's the best advice you ever had, you could just call us your best friends. And if you don't want to,
but if it's the worst and does really bad shit to your life, we are also not liable.
No.
Okay. I'm not a doctor. Liable. I'm not a psychiatrist.
We are not liable for the fucked up shit that happens on behalf
as a result of our advice. Zero liability. That's all you. You are a grown-ass person, and it is your choice to go with it or not.
And if you don't want to tell your significant other you're getting great advice from this podcast, then I guess
we are your side friends.
That's pretty good. I like that. We are your side friends.
Hey, there you go. Damn. The Side Friend Chronicles. We are your side friends.
I kind of like that. And I like that it's like naturally happening right now because I haven't even really thought of a name. That's damn near kind of good.
That's genius. We're good.
Side Friend Chronicles?
Yeah, Side Friend Chronicles.
Should we roll with that?
I think we should.
Oh, shit.
We're going to be the Side Friends.
Side Friend Chronicles. Tune in next week every Tuesday? No. Yeah, Tuesday.
Sure. Tuesday's fine. Taco
Boom.
Tuesday, so we can have a margarita.
This is, oh shit. Are we gonna drink together?
We could. We
All
should.
right.
Join your
everybody.
side friends.
I hope you enjoyed your side friends today. Until next episode, we'll holla at you. Oh, and damn, I gotta make a new Instagram. I'm gonna make a new Instagram for this, Daddy Goods. How's that feel? Is that a good one?
Daddy Goods.
You know what? We thought of enough shit. All right.
Yeah.
Side Friend Chronicles.
Side Friend Chronicles. Follow us on Instagram. We'll make that one. Okay, bye.